Hello, carrot lovers and gardeners. Welcome to Dr. Obi's Garden. Have you ever wondered what is the best soil for growing carrots? Or what happens when you grow carrots in commercial potting soil? Well, you are in luck because that's exactly what you find in this video. These three sets of carrots were grown in three different soils, and as you can see, there are some differences between them. However, picking the winner is not as easy as you think. To understand what I mean, let me first show you what I did and the soils I used. You will see how each soil affects germination, survival, growth, and the final harvest. Next, we can dig out and take a closer look at the carrot roots, weigh them, and check any unique things about them. Then we can pick a winner. Let's get started. I tested growing carrots in three different soil types, treatment 1 or T1. The first container consisted of only commercial potting soil. This is an expensive option, so I'm hoping for other alternative soils to perform better. The third container, treatment 3 or T3, was filled with sandy loam soil. This is often recommended for growing carrots as it is free draining and allows for expansion and deep penetration of the roots. Lastly, the middle container, which I call treatment 2 or T2, was filled with a 1:1 or 50-50 mixture of commercial potting soil and sandy loam soil. After filling all the containers, I watered them thoroughly and let the water percolate overnight. The carrot seeds were planted the next morning. To ensure that all the containers were planted with the same number of plants, I used an air crate to make a fixed number of holes. The air crate was cut to fit the top of the container and used to make a depression in the soil surface for each soil type. This technique yielded 20 holes per soil type, each about ½ inch deep, which were then planted with 2 seeds per hole for a total of 40 seeds. I covered all the holes with the same soil and placed a layer of tissue paper over the soil before watering. The layer of tissue paper serves two purposes. The first is that it prevents dislodging of the seeds during watering. The second is that it protects the soil surface from drying, thereby promoting faster germination. 6 days after planting, many of the seeds from T1 had sprouted. Similarly, many seeds from T3 had also germinated. However, more sprouting was observed in T2 only after 7 days. This means germination was delayed by 1 day for the potting soil and sandy loam mixture. However, this is not enough to write off this soil mix. Maximum germination was observed for all treatments within 14 days. About 32 out of the 40 seeds germinated successfully for the potting soil. Interestingly, only 16 seeds germinated for T2. On the other hand, about 26 seedlings successfully germinated on the sandy loam soil. Thus, in terms of germination, T1, which is the commercial potting soil, is the best. 10 days later, another interesting observation was made. Most of the seedlings in the potting soil were growing luxuriantly, as can be seen in your shot. However, seedlings from T2 and T3 were trying to catch up, with seedlings in T3 growing the slowest. These also had light green leaves, suggesting nutrient deficiency. To correct this, I applied a solution of complete fertilizer to all the plants for all the soil types. This was repeated after 2 weeks. 4 weeks after germination, the differences between the soil types were very striking. Commercial potting soil was in the lead, with more seedlings growing luxuriantly and closing the canopy. They were followed by seedlings from the mixed soil. The carrots in the sandy loam soil were still growing slowly. This was surprising, although it is tempting to call the potting soil as a winner. For carrots, big foliage does not always make for bigger roots, so we need to wait to see the complete picture to make the call. After 90 days of growth, another interesting and surprising observation was made. From afar, there appears to be no striking differences between the carrots among the soil types in terms of shoot growth. However, you can argue that seedlings from T2 growing on the mixed soil were taller than those in the other treatments. A closer look reveals that there are more carrots in T1 and T2 than in T3. I don't know about you, but at this stage, I'm itching to know what is happening below ground with the carrot roots. I'll first pull out the biggest plant from all three treatments to check the size and weight. Starting from T2. This is what we have. It looks big, but the shape seems odd. Let's check T1. The biggest plant came out with another small one, but we can focus on the big carrot. Finally, let's get a plant from T3. It looks long and slender with a decent shape. I'll put them together so we can look for any interesting details or differences. The first thing I notice is that the carrot from T1 seems big, but that from T2 is bigger and taller. On the other hand, the carrot from T3 is slender and longer. What other differences can you notice? Let us know in the comments. It's time to check the weight. I'll cut off the shoots so we can focus on the roots. T1 weighs 81 grams. T2 weighs 111 grams. That's 111 grams. And T3 weighs an abysmal 42 grams. That is about half that of T1 and 1/3 that of T2. From this initial weight, it appears T2 is the winner. However, before we can pick a clear winner, we need to check the total number of carrots as well as the total weight of each harvest. This means harvesting all the carrots at once. Usually, I prefer to harvest my carrots in batches over several weeks. But since this is an experiment, harvesting all at once can help decide on a winner. Let's do this. I'll start from T1.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best.
Then T2.
Even though I'm so stressed out, everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out.
And finally T3.
Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit.
These are all the carrots I got from the 3 containers.
Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me.
There are clear differences between all 3 soil types. Let's get closer. T1 seems to have a good mix of large and small carrots. On the other hand, T2 seems to have a few very large carrots and few small carrots. They also seem to have odd shapes, which is quite interesting. Finally, T3 appears to have slender and longer roots. It's time to count and weigh them for the final verdict. I'll break off all the tops to make it easier to weigh. I'll start from T3. I got only 5 carrots, plus the one harvested earlier, making 6. The weight is 118 grams, plus the 42 grams from the first harvest, for a total of 160 grams. The number of carrots obtained from T3 is much lower than the number of seeds which sprouted. This suggests that there was a high mortality rate with this soil type, possibly due to inconsistent watering or rapid drying of the soil. This may be overcome through mulching. For T2, I got about 7 carrots, which weighed 250 grams. When the single carrots harvested early on with a weight of 111 grams is added, we get 8 carrots and a final weight of 361 grams. Finally, it's time to weigh carrot from T1. I'll count them first. I got 19 carrots. The weight is 471 grams. We can add the 2 carrots harvested earlier to make 21 and a total weight of, drumroll please, 567 grams. Now, you all agree with me that in terms of number and weight of carrots, as well as germination and seedling survival, T1, which had the commercial potting soil, is the winner. It is most likely that the small size of some of the carrot roots was due to the high density planting adopted for this experiment. Note that commercial potting soil is usually expensive, so using other soils can save you money. However, providing a good supply of nutrients through addition of compost, complete fertilizer or other organic fertilizers is needed for a good harvest when using the other soil types. That is all for now. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, smash the like button and also share it so that more people will benefit from it. Leave a comment and let us know what you think about the experiment, or suggest an experiment you want us to do. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already done so that you don't miss our next video. Check out our other videos. I'll see you in our next. Until then, it's adios.